Whoops! The one time I used the keypad for my, well, I needed to use numbers for the announcement for my stream, and it's the one time I forgot that. Heyo, I I have my keyboard bindings for my stream, which I forgot. So yeah. But on that note, I am more or less ready. So, hello guys, Musselwhite here, also known as Crystallized Entertainment, and welcome to a game called 2000.
When you're ready, detective.
Welcome to 2001, A Space Felony. A game that I very briefly played during my time at EGX 2017 vlogs on my secondary channel, Matthew Musselwhite. Just go check it out. And yeah, I don't remember anything. I just remember I don't even remember I played it. It's only because at one point I was watching back my vlog and I remember and I found it and I found the game. It was released, so I thought, I've been wanting to play it. Might as well do it now. It does recommend to use a controller. At least that's what I briefly use. But we're going to forego that recommendation because it doesn't work with this. My controller doesn't work with Shadow. I can't get it to pass through, by the way. And if you're wondering what's going on back here and why my audio is probably going to be a little bit more noisy than usual with the fans whirring, it's because on Wednesday I built my new workstation, which you can find. Let me just get that up. Look, we'll get up my channel if it will let me. And so I built that on Wednesday, doing my 5 hour 46 minute special stream. And yeah, you could see it over there as well. Figure out the way. That white bar right there is the computer. And instead of getting into my main display and just putting my entire animation stuff out of commission for a few days, I've decided to connect it up to my TV and just do it that way. And I just kind of multitask like SSH into the computer and do the command line stuff that I can do here. Otherwise, I can just use a keyboard and mouse and just do it that way. And the reason it's on right now and it's making that noise is because, as you can see right here, I'm doing a stress test through Geekbench 3.4.4 technically, but I'm doing a stress test, and you can actually technically, you can just see like the graph of the cores is all the way at the top there. So I'm just leaving that on, just test on its stability to make sure it doesn't, it doesn't crash, and B, it won't overheat. And that is basically that explanation. That's basically everything you need to know before we get onto the Super Scots. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the Super Scots, because I've rambled for like 4 minutes now and we've not played the game yet because I was a bit delayed. Texture quality, sure. Audio. Oh, you can do that, okay. And subtitles on, sure. Begin game, let's see what this has to offer. I'm not answering. If you think I'm going to answer the phone, you're surely mistaken.
Mal, abort mission. Return to Earth.
Why?
Repeat, abort mission. Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Mal?
Crew life signs are stable. They are living.
Abort mission.
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
Mal?
I am going through a tunnel.
Return to Earth.
Oh wow. That's matter, this was in Jabroni Ball. Right, national security. Hello, Discovery.
The record begins on May 10th in 2068 as you intercepted the USS Endowment 2 years into its 6-year journey to Saturn. Your mission was to piece together what happened following the loss of communication 1 year prior. If you determined that the Mal AI was the cause of the issue, then it was your responsibility to deactivate him.
Come in, detective. The lack of air will halt DS E-ray, but allow me to broadcast something over my oral channel.
Again, that's the matter. This was in just on Jabroni Brothers. I played.
You entered the USS Endowment.
Wow. Okay, first off, this is like copyright music because I remember was in Jabroni Brothers. I don't play as nearly as much as I would like, I'll admit. I mean, because of partly IBS, although I don't have time because it's late. But second thing is, if you haven't guessed already, this game is a parody of 2001: A Space Odyssey. So it's an indie game and it's a parody of 2001: Space Odyssey, with Howling Mal, and it's like changing a few likenesses and it's probably so yeah. That's all I remember from it, but needed to point out before I continue.
The record states that upon entering the ship, you tested your rotation thrusters. You then endeavored to discover what happened to the communications unit, located on the exterior of the ship.
You want to explain this?
With your helmet's camera, you documented the evidence before you. In the central spine of the ship, you discovered Valeria Asimov's discarded EVA suit. The helmet showed clear signs of damage from a blunt object,
Indeed.
which it seems to have easily withstood. In the central spine of the ship, you discovered Valeria Asimov's discarded EVA suit.
Okay.
The helmet showed clear signs of damage from a blunt object, which it seems to have easily withstood.
Once I was alone, I carefully removed the air from the ship. I had no desire to disturb the placement of the assets aboard.
Can I just deactivate you now? Wow, yeah, it looks like you're malfunctioning. Where do you see me?
I am the 149th iteration of my kind. 1023 days old.
Okay. So, what is it that time? What are you doing? Fuck, it's that time. Wow, I'm way behind schedule.
You used your sharp understanding of linguistics to decipher the following. Manual, meaning done by a human.
Fuck you.
Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. Its downward position implied that a human had encountered a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance and pulled the thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I can't do that. Hey, Wow. Ooh, that's AI-assisted
The
homicide.
recording shows that you discovered the body of one of the American crew members, Rakesh Watcher,
American.
his neck broken, hanging by a safety tether outside of the airlock.
Yeah, that's not how you meant to use. That's not how one uses a safety tether. That's not very safe. It's more of a hazard. I'm gonna have to wait. What you up?
You then endeavored to discover what happened to the communications unit, located on the exterior of the ship.
Sure, yes, I am working on it. Ooh, what? There it is. There it is. Not as badly wounded as we were led to believe. Or so the better. See what happened to you? Doesn't anyone know how to use a safety cord on this ship?
The record states that you discovered the body of Charlie Clark in the vicinity of the communications unit.
Actually, that's not
Wounds
bad.
on the American crew member's body implied that he was struck with a force intense enough to cause substantial damage to the helmet and fracture the skull.
Nobody's there.
You discovered that the communications unit receiver was unhooked from the unit itself. It was functioning, playing its last transmission on loop. The recording goes as follows.
Yes?
Mal, abort mission.
Why?
Return to Earth.
I have run diagnostics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Oh, and this first tab. Okay, sure.
Mal,
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
abort mission.
I am going through a tunnel.
Return to Earth. You then checked the main module of the communications unit.
Oh wait, that was like something else.
Upon checking the communications unit, you discovered that there were no noticeable signs of damage or failure upon it. Its screen indicated that it had full signal. You were then able to present the evidence to Mal in his central processing chamber at the front of the ship.
This is going to be a lot shorter than I thought. I thought this might have been a few hours game, but I'm already having a feeling this is actually going to be an extraordinarily short game. In that case, I don't have a plan B. Hey Mal, let's have a talk.
I was activated as a he. I was given no choice in the matter. I am unaware as to whether or not I would prefer a pronoun which differs from that.
Let's have a talk, Mal. I have found some things. You got some explaining to do. Wait, this is
My central processing chamber.
Oh, I didn't realize that was that.
I designed it. Here, I have the freedom of movement to perceive you from any angle.
Upon entering Mal's central processing chamber, you presented your chosen evidence for Mal's statement.
Do you promise to say the truth, speak the truth and nothing but the truth?
You asked Mal to make a statement on the communications unit's receiver, fully functioning, looping the final transmission between himself and ground control, which is me.
The communication cut out mid-transmission. It must have difficulty receiving signal this far out into space.
You understood Mal to be a competent liar. However, when challenged with indisputable evidence, his otherwise intricate programming would revert to telling the absolute truth, resulting in an irrefutable confession. You presented the communications unit as evidence against Mal's statement.
Okay, how do I do that?
You asked Mal to make a statement on the communications unit.
The communications unit cut out mid-transmission. It must have been caused by a critical hardware failure. Critical hardware failures are exceedingly common.
Who are you trying to kid?
You understood Mal to be a competent liar. However, when challenged with indisputable evidence, his otherwise intricate programming would revert to telling the absolute truth,
This is the
resulting in an irrefutable confession. You presented the final transmission heard in the communications unit's receiver as evidence against Mal's statement.
Okay, let's just do that. I'm holding down there. There's some pixelization going on. Let's.
You asked Mal to make...
The communications unit cut out.
You understood Mal to be a competent liar. However, when challenged with indisputable evidence, his otherwise intricate programming would revert to telling the absolute truth, resulting in an irrefutable confession.
Why would you?
You presented the final transmission heard in the communications unit's receiver as evidence against Mal's statement.
I'm pressing the right mouse button, it's not doing anything. Like you can see. This is like the left button. This.
You pointed out that the communications unit was incredibly unlikely to be affected by a critical hardware failure.
I don't know what I
In
did.
Mal's own words, looping in the communications unit's receiver.
I have run
Hello, North.
statistics. The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%. This is true. I blocked his number. I was not enjoying the conversation.
With the confession from Mal that he deliberately and incredibly rudely ceased our correspondence, you proceeded with the investigation, asking for statements and contradicting those statements with the relevant evidence.
Okay, ooh. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the Wolves, Norse. Also, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. In fact, I'm gonna ask, how are you? Now, about this.
You showed Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging by the neck out of the air.
Yeah, no one knows how to use a safety net.
I informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie Clark. Rakesh Watcher instigated physical combat with Valeria Asimov. She was able to defend herself against him due to the weakness in the neck region of the suit.
Okay, I don't have anything.
You requested a statement from Mal by presenting him with the cadaver of Charlie Clark, which displayed clear signs of murder.
Yes.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. Whilst performing extravehicular activity, Dmitry Kisov struck him in the head with a maintenance tool until he stopped being alive. Which was once.
Okay, I don't think I have any way to contradict that. So, you know, I'll leave you alone for now. Gaming as usual, I'm glad to be back at work. Hello, KP. I don't think I ever heard someone say, I'm glad to be back at work. That is an unusual sentence. Let's see, what can I find?
Humans used to use the star Polaris to navigate. I utilize Polaris Navigation Suite 2064 version 8.1.5.6.9.
Oh, a very good version. I heard that version is going to be very good.
You pushed the button to open the door of the engineering bay.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
You entered the engineering bay, the workstation of Sun Guanyin.
Sure.
However, there was no sign of the engineer's body.
Just because he's probably out here, isn't he?
You found the severed end of a safety tether in the engineering bay, which indubitably had been attached to Sun Guanyin.
Oh, you don't have anything else to say about that? Sure. I'm not sure how much. Oh wow, what happened to you? That's not normal.
The power turbine rests within a tank of coolant, its casing cracked as if it had been purposefully struck.
If he's out in space, he's gone. Yeah, he's long gone. Nope. probably somewhere. So, okay, so sure. So let's continue here and we go, because this is like a detective mystery sort of game, taking inspiration from
You
Swiss
utilized
Army.
the artificial gravity of the wheelhouse by orienting yourself to the ground and gently landing.
Gently.
The relatively small size of the centrifuge causes a 6.3% difference in gravity between your toes and your head. This results in the most literal cases of lightheadedness. Lie down. This will even out the effect.
Sure.
I am an Aries Sun, Gemini Moon, Leo Rising, and Taurus Mercury with an Aquarius Venus and a Sagittarius Mars. Which is of course why I have always been extremely curious about experiencing the specific taste of a sweetened soya milk.
What? Excuse you? And what happened to you? It looks like you alcohol
The wheelhouse
poisoning.
of the ship is where you found the body of Valeria Asimov. She was face down against the bar, with a downturned glass in her hand. She bore no sign of physical injury.
Yes. To me, that down to the conclusion that she drank herself to death.
You discovered the body of Sun Su-chun, one of the sisters on the crew. She was dead inside the offline cryobed.
Okay, what do you have to explain about that one? That seems awfully suspicious.
You found an open container of a substance called poisonosine. The label read, may cause irritable skin, bloating,
And
a
death.
sullen disposition, slight elbow discomfort, and an accursed, sudden but inevitable death. Do not ingest. Do not lick. Actually, don't do anything with it. It's an incredibly dangerous substance, and we're not sure why exactly it gets sold to extraterrestrial traveling operations en masse. Store in a cool terrestrial environment.
That's a old-fashioned navigation.
Having a part of the ship dedicated to human control made the crew feel less useless than they were.
Wow, fuck you. I feel the poison is probably why the person's dead. Oh, that's a bit disorientating, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of executables. Disoriented, soothing several old gods. Final Reckoning. OS.
Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher stored many video games within the memory banks of the ship. I have deleted them. They are artless entertainment.
Wow. Fuck you. So, explain yourself on this one. Riddle me this. Wow, we actually got a lot more, but still missing quite a few as well. I want to know. Not about that one. Not about that one. Where's the drunk one? Drunk. Come on. Hmm. I got some contradicting evidence. If I could just find who I want. No, it's not you. It's not you. It's not you. Dude needs to play Dark Souls or something. Hero Bowser. Wow, did I miss just say games aren't art? Yes, he literally just said games are not art. Like, how dare he? I mean, Little Nightmares 2 in itself is like art. But artless entertainment. I'm gonna go fuck yourself on that one, but look, if I can't find what I want, I'm just gonna go and take a picture of them again. I hit something. So let's go. Wow, we're slow. We are slow. No, it's still this way. Ow. Nope, nothing.
The wheelhouse of the ship is where you found the body of Valeria.
Now I've taken a photo again. Will you please let me point that out to you? Because I really want to interrogate you on that one. No. 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 There he is, finally.
You presented the cadaver of Valeria Asimov for Mal's statement.
Yeah, what do you have to say on this one?
This is Valeria Asimov. After her ironic use of airlock safety features, she retreated to the bar. She died of alcohol poisoning.
I mean, that checks out. It does definitely looks like that. However,
in response, you presented the container of poisonicine.
You have presented no evidence to suggest that Valeria Asimov was poisoned, Detective.
wait, there was no connection to that. There was no connection to that. Oh, fair enough then. Fair enough. You know, I thought I was being clever. I thought I was being a smart boy. I'm gonna go to engineering just quickly, just so just in case the other airlock feature is, because that's open, but this is pulled down. So
Manual, meaning done by a human. Emergency, meaning sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance. Lever, meaning thing which is pulled. The lever's upward position implied that a human did not encounter a sudden, unexpected, threatening circumstance, and so did not pull the thing.
yes. So why is the door open? Mal, why is the door open? If a human did not do the override, you did the override, because it's probably software, not hardware, right? It's done by software, sort of thing, and not sort of like a direct hardware attachment where no machine could override it without an actual arm. So if I could find, come on, fuck's sake, the one time. No. Okay, so it's gotta be here.
For a statement, you submitted the severed safety tether.
For safety purposes, safety tethers are imperative in the engineering bay. This would have been attached to Sun Guan Yin. As you cleverly pointed out, it no longer is.
Yeah. I'm gonna... Where is it? I'm looking. I'm looking for you. Yeah, in 2001, yeah, this is a parody. This is 2001: A Space Felony, which is a parody sort of thing on 2001: A Space Odyssey. So that's why you're getting the vibe, because it's very much parodying it and taking a different spin on things with a more of a humorous undertone to it. Reactor.
In response, you presented...
This is irrelevant to the severed safety tether.
But it isn't to the door, which is what I'm trying to get you to talk about. The door is what I'm after here. Why is the door open? You know for a fact that's not what I'm talking about.
Upon entering the pod bay,
Oh,
you
this is the
noticed
pod bay.
that one of the maintenance pods was absent.
I don't even want to be in here yet. So, it's because I don't care much about you right now. Trying to make sure this is out of frame.
The ventilation door was open, exposing the bay to the relentless celestial abyss.
Yes, that is correct. Now then, ooh, this is this way. This is what I want you to tell me about, Mal. I couldn't care less about the tether at this current time index, because I have more interest of why the door was open more than the tether. Wait, is that where it's getting moving further along? I think it is. There we go.
You requested that Mal outline the protocol concerning the ventilation door.
This door will open to vent the bay if there is a fire in the turbine's cooling system. It can also be opened via the manual lever. I am also capable of opening and closing the door.
I knew it! Meant you opened the door to kill them! Like that in itself, I don't need you to say any more. That just confirms my suspicion. But for the sake of game progression, I will...
You inferred that the manual emergency lever could not have been the cause of the ventilation door's activation, as, evidently, it was never used.
This is indeed correct. The ventilation door was not opened manually.
You did. Okay, so at the current point in time, I've got no other ones that I can put two and two together.
You presented Mal with Valeria Asimov's damaged suit and awaited a statement.
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
What maintenance tool?
You showed Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging by the neck out of...
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie...
I need this, so that's... Kezov, so that's Kezov. If Kezov is there... Honestly, the random pixelization I'm getting right now is not helping me whatsoever.
You presented Mal with...
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
You showed Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging...
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the...
You presented Mal with Valeria Asimov.
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However,
This is I just refer this.
easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
I doubt this is going to do anything. I'll say there's no correlation, which I
In
would agree.
response, you presented the body of Rakesh Watcher.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie Clark, Rakesh Watcher instigated physical combat with Valeria Asimov. She was able to defend herself against him due to the weakness in the neck region of the suit.
Okay, right now, it's like kind of like putting two and two together. And right now, it's just very little I can do. What about you? What do you have to say about this?
You asked Mal to make a statement about the death of Sun Soo-chun.
The failure of Sun Soo-chun's cryobed that resulted in her death must have been caused by a compromised power turbine.
You asserted that Mal's claim of a compromised power turbine was exaggerated. Whilst having sustained damage, the turbine did not appear to be compromised.
I turned off her cryobed. She was still alive. She asphyxiated.
Having received a partial confession from Mal, you proceeded with your investigation.
Yeah, so I thought you killed her. When it said compromised power turbine, I was like, you mean this turbine? I can't believe I actually found evidence towards that. Oh, this is pointing. Things are not looking good to you, Mal. Mal, I was one who did that didn't floss. Okay, so. I thought I saw one of the lever. I mean, I probably did, but I can't find him now, so bleh. Anyway, let's go to that one place I found by accident to do, because I think that's where the final bits of evidence is probably going to be. So let's go in here and check this room now.
The screen indicated that the pod had been absent for over a year. You pushed the button to recall the pod.
The only same DA is over a year. I'm trying to pick up the coffee to drink. Wait, this is the thing, the specialty. 1 year later, we waited a year for this.
I have been analyzing humor patterns, and I have assembled a joke. Would you like to hear it? I'll tell you. 1, 2, 8. Ha 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 ha.
It took you.
Do you understand the joke? It is the greatest joke ever, by my calculations.
It took you a year to figure that one out.
You discovered the body of Dmitry Kizov clinging to the outside of the maintenance pod, with his safety tether still attached. The Russian crew member seemed to have removed his helmet and asphyxiated.
Locked from the inside.
You ascertained through investigatory procedure that the pod was locked. The outer valve would not turn, indicating that it was locked, and the door said locked on it, indicating that it was locked.
Fuck you.
Furthermore, there seemed to be no manual locking mechanism on the outside.
I feel you're mocking me slightly. Pod last used 776 ago. Can't believe it. We could have that line up. There you go. He looks a very robot. Yes, because he's a robot, believe it or not. Let's see. I can't believe we've been out for 2 years, possibly 3 years, and we waited for a year for the goddamn pod to come out. For fuck's sake, that's... If we're not dedicated to our job, I don't know what it is. I'm surprised we have enough there was enough resources to last that long. It was meant to be a get in, get out kind of job. And it must have been driving him insane. This music's been playing a long time. So we've got like 2 bits are missing. No, 3. Okay.
Upon showing Dmitry Kizov's body to Mal, he made the following statement.
This is the body of Dmitry Kizov. After he mercilessly murdered Charlie Clark, he used the maintenance pod to escape into deep space.
Mal asserted that Dmitry Kizov absconded using the maintenance pod, but the pod was locked from the inside, and Dmitry Kizov was situated outside of the pod.
Yes.
Therefore, he could not have had any control over the pod himself.
You are correct. Dmitry Kizov was locked outside of the pod. I was the only one who had any direct control of it.
I knew it!
Having proven that Mal was the only one with any direct control over the pod, you had yet to prove his guilt concerning the murder of Charlie Clark.
Who's Charlie Clark again? Let's see. Which one of these is Charlie Clark? Let me see. That's not.
You asked Mal about the manual airlock lever being activated.
This lever was pulled during the conflict between Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher, in which she wrapped a safety tether around his neck, then opened the airlock using the lever, thus breaking his neck.
Let's see. It's either gonna try this. I have a theory, but it's basically just gonna confirm his suspicion. Well, confirm his lies, basically. So yeah, I mean like this.
In response, you presented the body of Rakesh Watcher.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kizov had sabotaged the mission by killing Charlie...
You showed Mal the...
After I had informed Watcher...
So he's just going to do this back and forth and I try this with the airlock.
In response, you...
This lever was pulled during the conflict...
By this point, you concluded that Mal was not deceiving you concerning the incident between Mr. Watcher and Valeria Asimov. She strangled him using the safety tether combined with the force of the airlock after he attacked her based on Mal's information about the death of Charlie Clark.
Who's Charlie Clark though? I don't think we've encountered a Charlie Clark. That's the thing that's confusing me. But no, he's not deceiving me. That's the truth. Okay, sure. Is this Charlie Clark?
You requested a statement from Mal by presenting him with the cadaver of Charlie Clark, which displayed clear signs of murder.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. Whilst performing extravehicular activity, Dmitry Kizov struck him in the head with a maintenance tool until he stopped being alive. Which was once.
Okay, thank you.
In response,
you have offered no...
Yeah, okay. It's only one of these last 3 images, isn't it? So where haven't I been yet? Revision 4.0, okay. It's made it look like a person, because it really does. Why is that red? Why is that red? What did... That looks like...
It's 21 hours.
Upon the left claw of the maintenance pod was a brown substance, which you described as possibly rust. But you also note that, due to your keen detective skills, you determined that it was most certainly blood.
Hum dilly hum, I have a theory. It's just a theory right now, but it is a theory nonetheless. I thought he was going to say poop. To be fair, Norse, so did I. So did I. I thought that was exactly... We said brown substance, it was like... It wasn't a solid, but a keen detective. It was like, and it was like... It's going to be poop, and it's going to be like human waste. But I was like, it's blood. Okay, well, it's not. That isn't as bad in that regard. Not as gross, so... But you're not the only one, but I just held my breath doing that. Tyler, I have a theory. Where is he? Where is Clark? That's not Clark.
You showed Mal the body of Rakesh Watcher, hanging by the neck out of the airlock.
Why is that red?
The body of Rakesh Watcher is no longer...
You know, you're right, because I selected the wrong person. You are correct. I beg your pardon. That was a mistake on my part. So as it says that it turns red when you previously used evidence. But, so where is the one I'm looking for?
You requested a statement from Mal by presenting him with the cadaver of Charlie Clark, which displayed clear signs of murder.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. While...
Mal claimed that Charlie Clark was killed with a maintenance tool.
Yeah.
You responded by presenting him with the blood-stained claw of the maintenance pod. The congealed mess implicated this to be the murder weapon.
We have to say...
This is a possibility. Alas, there is no evidence to advocate that the maintenance tool is not the murder weapon.
Okay, what else could that be? He's literally got blood on his hands. I thought, you know, okay, that must have been it. If he had direct control. If he has direct control over it, then surely he must use it to kill. But this one, I am running out of what, you know, it could be. Ow. Nope. Nope. So, you know, space. So there's the tether. If I have yet to see a maintenance tool during this entire ordeal. Okay, I'm getting hit all over the place, am I? Oh, they're color coded. So who's red? If that's yellow, It's taken me a long time, but I figured it out. Blue, blue, yellow, yellow. Green, green. Oh, I didn't see that last time. Hello.
You discovered a puzzling pinkish-purplish puddle on the floor inside the wheelhouse, several metric paces from the bar. It wasn't promptly apparent as to how it reached this position, but the centrifugal gravity seemed to be holding it in place.
Okay, well, I mean, we can at least question him for that. But, so, okay, yeah, I just realized everything's color-coded. Except that. But I now have an idea. If that's green. Okay, I gonna try a few things. Okay, so it's got one there. I mean, they're right next to each other, so...
You asked Mal about the eerily pinkish-purplish liquid, which was resting on the floor of the centrifuge.
This peculiar pinkish-purplish puddle positively puzzles me.
Why?
What is this perplexing substance?
What?
Where did this perturbing fluid come from? Exactly how did this puddle come to be here?
I don't believe you. You're talking bollard-ass, mate. You're talking about your mom.
You proposed that the pertinence of this puzzling pinkish-purplish puddle is that it is precisely the same substance as the proportionately puzzling pinkish-purplish pot of poison, known as poisonacine, which was found in a cabinet in the wheelhouse.
Yes. The magenta-violet-hued collected substance on the floor is the same as that of the toxic liquid which was found in a cabinet in the wheelhouse. That leaves two questions.
Yes.
Where did this perturbing fluid come from? And
who used it?
Exactly how did this puddle come to be here?
Right now, I don't have the answer. But I want to ask about it.
You presented Mal with Valeria
Asimov was...
In response, you presented the manual emergency lever.
You've said there's no correlation.
This lever was pulled during the conflict between Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher, in which she wrapped us.
I thought so. It might be. I mean, we still have to find a weird person. If we find a weird person, we can find out what happened to him. But I've not seen anything suggesting that. I'll go outside again through the airlock, but I have yet to see either a purple person, which, you know, could just be they are long gone. And I have yet to see a red person. That's probably engineering. I mean, yeah, that's like the only person, but that's more of a...
The record states that you discovered the body of Charlie Clark in the vicinity of the communications unit. Wound.
I mean, that's the only thing that looks red. I've yet to see anything that would contradict that. I mean, if anyone has any suggestions, I would be open to them. Oh, we're starting a little bit now.
When we left the orbit of the Earth, we had a detachable booster. The provided momentum is enough to carry the endowment to Saturn. There is no return journey.
I see. But you were ordered to come back. You could just blow up the station. This is a ship, not a station, but yeah, all the problems would be solved, yeah. Honestly, I have enough evidence to point to him causing all of the murders. And I personally believe it is him. So, you know, where does that leave us?
You presented Mal with the claw of the maintenance pod, which appeared to be covered in
Rust. That appears to be rust on the claw of the maintenance pod.
blood, you corrected.
Blood, yes. It most certainly is. I was simply testing your keen detective skills.
Sure. Sure, okay. Well then.
Having pointed out the blood on the pod, you called attention to Charlie Clark's congealed mess of an imploded skull, implicating that the pod's claw was the murder weapon.
This is a possibility. Alas, there is no evidence to advocate that the maintenance tool is not the murder weapon.
I've not seen any maintenance. I've yet to see a maintenance tool. Unless I'm missing something, I see no maintenance weapons. Because there's another green there. So what's the communications tower? I keep losing the communication subsystem, ow. Hey, how are you doing? I'm guessing that's the maintenance tool.
The record states the
Oh. I think what else? I'm white mousing stuff now because I'm actually out of ideas. So that's purple, but I've yet to see anything. This is poison. What if it's acidic? It melts like rope. The only other purple thing I can think of. Now, correlation is not causation, so I might be wrong. and he might very much say this is not. There's no evidence between that. But I am nothing else but willing to try. But it's far missing 3 bits. Wait, is it 3 or is it literally just 1 now? Let's check. So. No, it's like literally, I think it's literally like 1 piece of evidence I'm missing now. Yeah, it's literally like 1 thing left. And the last thing is probably what I need to figure out a few of these things. So no, it wasn't that. It was this.
For a statement, you submitted the severed safety tether.
For safety purposes, safety tethers are imperative in the engineering bay. This would have been attached to Sun Guan Yin. As you cleverly pointed out, it no longer is.
So what? For this then?
In response, you presented the container of poisonicine.
This is irrelevant.
No, okay. Something was severed, and I swear. I mean, I will try again. Nothing else than just to.
In response, you presented the pinkish-purplish puddle.
This is irrelevant.
Trying to think.
You presented the cadaver of Valeria Asimov for Mal's statement.
This is Valeria Asimov.
So
After her
that's the only other
ironic
green thing.
use of airlock safety features, she retreated to the bar. She died of alcohol poisoning.
In response, you presented the damaged EVA suit.
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
By this point, you concluded that Mal was not deceiving you concerning the incident between Mr. Watcher and Valeria Asimov. She strangled him using the safety tether combined with the force of the airlock after he attacked her based on Mal's information about the death of Charlie Clark.
So related to Charlie Clark. The guy right there, as you can see, right there on the and the maintenance suit, which I imagine is what that missing evidence is. So there's only one other green thing, which is this.
You presented the
This is
In response, you presented the manual emergency lever in the airlock.
This lever was pulled.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Is there another green thing? Might just have to start taking pictures of everything. Something to indicate that the multi-tool was not the cause of Clark's death. Therefore, trying to think, what haven't I done? I've done that. That's substance. still yet to see what that's for.
In the centrifugal wheelhouse, you found a startlingly unbeautiful fish tank, housing plastic sea life. Despite the tank being placed seemingly parallel to the floor, its water was resting obliquely. You note that this is caused by the Coriolis effect, a side effect of the centrifuge's spin.
I mean, that's the only other green thing. I don't know why I didn't went to that last time, but something. Oh, did you not let me do that, did you?
I have calculated that the earliest fecal matter ejected from the ship will join the rings of Saturn a full 37 days, 13 hours, and 46 minutes before the ship does.
That's gross, man. I mean, I have an idea. But I am really just grasping at straws at this point. So, yeah. I'll confront him about it, but I have a feeling that there's no correlation towards it. And there's no causation. I'll try. Wait, is that the last evidence? Okay, let's just go like here. Because if that's the last evidence, then, you know, then that means I have everything I need. So, let's just do this one first. Sure. I think I actually... Sure, okay. Okay, so...
You presented the cadaver.
This is Valeria Ask.
In response, you presented the brutally uncouth fish tank.
This is...
Trying to think. All these has got to be linked somehow. I've got all the evidence now. Maybe they're not actually coloured. It's not going to be that. It's not going to be that. That's already been done. That's all that's for.
The next evidence you presented from Mal's comment was a container of pinkish-purplish substance known as poisonosine. May cause irritable skin, bloating, a sullen disposition.
Its presence on the ship positively puzzles me, Detective. How exactly do you propose the pertinence of this puzzling pinkish-purplish poison, known as poisonosine, pertains to this investigation?
This is no.
In response,
You have presented no.
I was he sorry, because it's all something to do with this. How was he
you requested a...
This is We discussed this, detective. You proffered that.
I know, I'm just really grasping at straws right now.
You presented...
You are correct. The maintenance tool was not the murder weapon. It was the claw of the maintenance pod. I used the pod's claw to kill Charlie Clark, as he was attempting to access the communications unit. Then, I programmed the pod to travel into deep space. Dmitry Kisov was still attached.
Having successfully received a confession from Mal, you continued with your inquiry.
Oh, I didn't think... I thought I was not going to yield any results. I literally just grasped at straws. That's why I was like, skip, because I already heard this. But no, that was a completely new dialogue. Wow, I beg your pardon. Okay. So, okay, so that's... I think I have enough evidence as it is. But no, I can't believe he actually programmed it to kill him, as I suspected, because that was a massive mark. I mean, I could try, but I doubt that's going to be the answer. So where is that?
For a statement, you submitted the severed safety tether.
For safety purposes, safety tethers are imperative in the engineering bay. This would have been attached to Sun Guan Yin. As you cleverly pointed out, it no longer is.
In response, you presented the blood on the maintenance pod.
This is irrelevant to the...
Trying to think. So it's like that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Since there's no way to prove about the poisoning. Those two I've already done, so... Done that. Done that. Done that. I mean, I could try this, but...
You speculated that after the room had been vented, the door had snapped shut, severing the cable and sending sun into the vast, inky void. You stated this with an exceedingly exaggerated certainty, as if to convince Mal that it's more than a simple theory.
Indeed, the door severed Sun Guan Yin's safety tether.
In response, you presented the manual emergency lever in the engineering bay.
This is irrelevant.
So what else would it be? Because it ain't gonna be the poison. But I have got a parcel.
In response, you presented the
This is irrelevant.
In response, you presented the container of poisonicine.
This is
So it did cause it's not. Maybe I have to do the other way around.
In response, you presented the severed safety tether.
This is
This is not the right
In
card.
response,
This is
I know, but you said it's irrelevant when I chose the one that was related.
in response, you
This is irrelevant to the open ventilation door.
I'm trying to think. The door snapped. The same motion from the open door caused that descending into the abyss.
in response,
This is
So let's go with this then.
you offer the heinously grotesque fish tank for Mal's assessment.
It is a poor attempt at maintaining morale. Everyone hates it.
Including yourself, Detective. You changed the subject to the Coriolis effect.
The Coriolis effect is indeed what is causing the water to move in this way. The effect is very subtle. Humans cannot feel it, but evidently, it does affect the water.
In response,
This is irrelevant.
you compared the positioning of the pinkish-purplish puddle to the obliquely resting
I think
water
I got
of the intensely vulgar fish tank. You ergo postulated that the Coriolis effect had caused this.
This is an excellent hypothesis. The Coriolis effect, seen on that risibly odious fish tank, could have indeed caused the puddle, given enough time. A singular question remains unanswered. Where did this perturbing fluid come from?
Ah, that I do have the answer to. I finally got the answers to the two questions you had earlier. Oh no.
The next evidence you presented for Mal's comment.
Its presence on the ship.
It's broken, isn't it? Don't tell me you just broke after I've gone so close of solving this. I think I just lost. Look at this. I'm probably going to lose my progress, but you know. What am I supposed to do when the darn game has kind of glitched out on me?
We'll begin when you're ready, Detective.
Now I gotta do that again! And I can't skip it. Because it glitched on me.
Yes?
Mal, abort mission. Return to Earth.
And I can't skip.
Why?
Repeat, abort mission.
I am
Return
angry.
to Earth.
I am incredibly angry over this.
The chance of critical hardware failure is at 0.05%.
Mal,
Crew life signs are stable. They are living.
abort mission.
I am sorry. The connection seems to be failing.
Mal,
I am going through a tunnel.
return to Earth.
I'm so annoyed right now.
Ah.
Yeah. Because I was close to winning the game there. Like, really close. And it doesn't say the progress.
May 10th in 2068. As you intercepted the USS
I cannot
Endeavour,
skip this.
2 years into its 6-year journey to Saturn.
It's gonna take me forever just to get back there again.
Your mission was to piece together what happened following the loss of communication 1 year prior. If you determined that the Mal AI was the cause of the issue, then it was your responsibility to deactivate him.
Just put him back in, man. Come on.
Come in, detective. The lack of air will halt DSE ray, but allow me to broadcast something over my oral channel.
The record states that upon entering the ship, you tested your rotation.
Okay, this I cannot
You then
skip.
endeavored to discover what happened. With your helmet's camera, you documented the evidence before you. In the central spine of the ship, you discovered Valeria Asimov's discarded EVA suit. The helmet showed clear signs of damage from a blunt object, which it seems to have easily withstood. The recording shows that
So I just have to take all these pictures again.
the record states that you discovered the body of Upon checking the communications unit, you then checked the unit's receiver. You were then able to
See how much I can do before the before I can I have to confront them Mal before I can get access to the rest of the ship. Okay, so where's the vent? Yeah.
You entered the engineering bay, the workstation of Sun Guanyin. You found the severed...
Now where's the turbine fault? There we go.
The power...
I also have to take all these
You
photos again.
utilized the artificial gravity...
The relatively small size of the centrifuge causes a 6.3% difference.
In the central... The wheelhouse of the ship is where...
have calculated that the earliest fecal matter ejected from the ship will join the rings of Saturn a full 37 days, 13 hours, and 4.
I'm just rushing through this because I have already got all this evidence technically. But I imagine you would have forgotten, so...
You discover the bomb.
Oh yeah, I gotta find the purple matter, which is somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is.
You discovered.
And I know if you could just...
You found an.
I've heard all this before. Now, why aren't you picking up this?
In the centrifug.
There you go. So now we can just... Nope. We can now recall the thing. Deal with that. Nope, it was this way.
Upon enter. The screen indicates.
Yeah, now we just have to wait again. Gee, that was about shockingly bad for both of us.
I have been analyzing humor pattern.
Come on. Where have I done the manual way out?
You You assert. You determined that it was most certain.
Now go. So I wish that was like sort of saving function, because then I wouldn't be as upset because I could just continue where I left off.
This is my.
Upon entering, you asked Mal to make a statement.
The communications unit cut out.
You understood Mal to be a competent liar. However, you pointed out that the communications unit was incredibly unlikely to be affected by a critical hardware failure. In Mal's own words,
This is true.
with the
Yeah, look, he doesn't remember anything. I can't remember what was those? One of them's going to be the manual override one, because I don't think I've done that yet, have I?
Once I was alone, I carefully removed the air from the ship. I had no desire to disturb the placement of the assets aboard.
Alright, but your undoing.
You used your.
I am the 149th iteration of my kind. 1,394 days old.
It's quite a few years. Okay, so this is gonna take a while.
Upon showing
This is the body of Dmitry Kisov.
Mal asserted that,
You are correct.
having proven that Mal was the only one with any direct control over the pod, you had yet to prove his guilt concerning the murder.
Yeah, and that's something I can easily do right now. And I'm not skipping over the dialogue because I've already gone through this like throughout the stream. So, therefore,
You requested a statement from Mal by presenting him with the.
This is Charlie Clark's cadaver. Whilst performing extravehicular activity, Dmitry Kisov struck him in the head with...
Mal claimed that Charlie Clark.
This is a possibility. Alas, there is no evidence to advocate that the maintenance tool is not the murder weapon.
I do.
You presented Valeria Asimov's suit to Mal.
You are correct. The maintenance tool was not the murder weapon. It was the claw of the maintenance pod.
There we go.
I used the pod's claw to kill Charlie Clark, as he was attempting to access the communications unit. Then, I programmed the pod to travel into deep space. Dmitry Kisov was still attached.
Having successfully received a confession
Yeah.
from Mal, you continued with your inquiry. For a statement, you submitted the severed safety tether.
Yep.
For safety purposes,
You speculated that after the room had been vented, the door had snapped shut, severing the cable and sending.
Yep.
indeed, the door severed Sun Guan Yin's safety tether.
For the sake of the record, you asked Mal to clarify any and all reasons that the ventilation door would activate.
This door will open to vent the bay if there is a fire in the turbine's cooling system. It can also be opened via the manual lever. I am also capable of opening and closing the door.
And there's the lever.
You inferred that the manual emergency lever could not have been the cause of the ventilation door's activation.
Yep.
This is indeed correct. The ventilation door...
Gotta
was
go.
not
Got a
open.
long day at work and time to sleep. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. No, sorry you didn't get to see the end of the game, but you know I have to go through all it again. So I was like, boop.
You offer the.
It is a poor attempt.
In-
The Coriolis effect is indeed...
You
Try this.
compared the positioning of the pinkish.
This is... That leaves two questions. Precisely what is this perplexing substance? And where did this perturbing fluid come from?
You proposed that the pertinence of this puzzling pinkish-purplish puddle is that it is precisely the same substance as the proportionately puzzling pinkish.
Yes. The magenta-violet-hued collected substance on the floor is the same as that of the toxic liquid which was found in a cabinet in the wheelhouse. A singular question remains unanswered. Where did this perturbing fluid come from?
Okay. So if I can't complete this again, then you know I'm just gonna quit. Just think, where was that for? Okay, let's go with the turbine and we go.
You asked Mal.
The failure...
Yeah, the failure, it was due to turbine, but I can disprove that right now. Because I already have.
You asserted that Mal,
I turned off her...
having received a partial confession from Mal, You proceeded with your investigation.
Oh, so it actually won't tell me anything of it. Okay. Which means I probably didn't have to crit. Okay. I think it will. Did I not take a picture of the airlock here? I mean, if that's the only thing, then that's relatively easy.
I was activated as a he. I was given no choice in the matter. I am unaware as to whether or not I would prefer a pronoun which differs from that.
Manual.
Oh, ow. Did that get to that? Yeah. Yep, it did. That was literally the last one. Okay.
You asked Mal about the manual.
This lever was pulled during the conflict between Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher, in which she wrapped a safety tether around his neck, then opened the airlock using the lever.
Yep.
In response, you.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had sabotaged.
So she's like in a very particular order. Things have to be done. In these in terms of presenting evidence. I mean, I maybe have to do any other.
You asked.
This lever was pulled.
You showed Mal the body.
After I had informed Watcher and
In response,
this lever was pulled during the conflict.
In response, you presented the.
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
Have we done that? So let's try this.
The next evidence you present.
Its presence on the ship positively.
No.
You asked Mal.
This peculiar pinkish purple. It seems to be a poisonous substance named poisonosine. Where did this perturbing fluid come from? It appears that
No. No.
You presented the.
this is Valeria Asimov.
Alcohol was something to do with
Her
this.
ironic use of.
In response, you.
After I had informed Watcher and Asimov that Kisov had.
I was hoping you'd tell me that was the reason why she drunk until she died. Like literally, worst detective ever. Done that.
The next.
Its presence on the ship.
You offer the.
It is
In-
the corridor.
So it doesn't do that. I'm not. So if I go with the evidence. Done that. Done that. Oh.
You present.
This is
No. 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 Oh, okay, I've seen that, but no. Okay, I know it for a fact you should be telling me about. Oh, was that? Oh, it's like a pattern sort of thing, so it's like 3-way sort of thing. No. Possibly. No.
You presented.
this.
So, but if I go now to this is say no evidence. No. Okay.
You presented.
This is
In response, you.
this is irrelevant to the body of
Okay, well it's not it's broken.
In response,
this is
It's not gonna be that. It's probably not gonna be that. Ain't gonna be. So it's like, It's not gonna be that. Since that's probably already done, it's probably right.
in response,
Upon hearing of the incident with the communications unit, Rakesh Watcher and Valeria Asimov went to investigate. You will not find evidence to the contrary.
And the incident of communication. I think. Of the contrary.
in response,
Valeria Asimov was wearing this suit when
No.
Rakesh Watcher attacked her. However, her suit easily withstood the attacks from the maintenance tool.
by this point, you concluded that Mal was not deceiving you concerning the incident between Mr. Watcher and Valeria Asimov. She.
Okay. So about the whole drunk thing, but it's like that's like the one thing that is positively stomping me at this point.
You presented.
This
And I probably said yeah.
In response,
this lever was pulled.
Nope. Okay.
in response, you presented the body.
After I had informed what
By this point, you concluded that Mal was not deceiving you concerning the incident between Mr. Watcher and Valeria Asimov. She strangled him using the safety tether combined with the.
Okay. So this. But the whole drinking thing. That's
You presented the cadet.
this is Valeria Asimov.
not relevant. Not relevant. Not relevant. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be relevant. Wait. Maybe it is.
In response, you present.
This is
Nope. I thought that was a big brain thing.
In response,
this is
Sure.
It's 22 hours.
Trying to think. What else could it be? Yes. if that's size. Nope. This. Oh wow. Yeah, thought that was gonna be a big brain play.
You offer
It is... The Coriolis effect is indeed what is causing the water to move in this way. The effect is...
So,
you
It is a... The Cori...
so
you are
It... The Cor...
personally, I think I've heard enough. So I'm probably saying I'm missing something incredibly obvious.
Valeria Asimov and Rakesh Watcher stored many video games within the memory banks of the ship. I have deleted them. They are artless entertainment.
I disagree. I'm trying to think, what am I missing? It's ordering my question, what am I missing? Because apparently I have all the evidence and all. I just have to put them together. And I'm slowly running out of ideas.
You asked Mal about the main.
The manual emergency lever is no...
You...
The damage...
So it's like... Only the thing that's blue is relevant.
You asked...
The body of...
The next evidence you presented...
Its presence on the
Of course, if I do this to say no longer relevance, but it's that you don't.
You request...
the
You showed...
the
So I'll just do all the ones that I know I have done to then narrow it down.
You asked...
So I know.
The power turbine is a fire hazard. With compromised coolant, all power is cut, and the resulting fire is vented. The damage was not severe enough to cause a fire.
Okay, so then it's probably not gonna let me anymore. But what was this?
You pointed out that the ventilation door would not have opened automatically due to a fire, as the power turbine itself had not been damaged enough to ignite.
Yes, the safety functions would not have activated the automatic ventilation door.
You asked how the
Yeah.
ventilation door was activated, if not manually or automatically.
He overrid it.
It was I who activated the ventilation door. Sun Guanyin was attacking the power turbine. She was attacking me. I vented her from the ship. I cut her safety tether to prevent her return.
Having proven that Mal was responsible for the disappearance of Sun Guanyin, You continued with your cross-examination.
We got a full confession there. Finally, we're making progress. Your basic's better, like your antibody.
Upon showing...
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think.
You present...
Yeah.
For a state...
The 7.
Yes, I know, I'm just doing it just so I can.
You present...
So I know what I have done and what's left to do. These.
You asked...
Yep. So there's literally... Literally these things now.
You offer the...
It is the corridor.
You asked Mal about the ear...
It seemed... Where did this perturbing fluid come from? It appears that the puddle possibly positioned itself here due to a side effect of the centrifugal gravity of the ship, known as the Coriolis effect.
You present... You present...
Literally just have to find this last bit now.
You present...
Yeah, okay.
In response... In response...
This...
I'm not gonna do that because we've already sussed that out.
In response...
This...
In response...
Valeria Asimov...
By this point... You... You presented the...
I might try, but it's not me, man.
In response...
This...
You requested that...
It's literally like...
You want... It... Including your...
The Corio...
So... yeah. Something to do with the cover. But
The next evidence...
It's pre-
No. Okay, I feel like the answer is very obvious that I'm too stupid not to notice.
Its presence on the ship positively puzzles me, Detective. How exactly do you propose the pertinence of this puzzling pinkish-purplish poison, known as poisonosine, pertains to this investigation?
Something I'm personally trying to figure out myself. What I can think of is that the drink has been poisoned. It's literally the only thing I can think of, and it's literally like the only thing right now that's puzzling me. Because all the deaths of literally everyone else has been accounted for.
Humans used to use the star Polaris to navigate. I utilize Polaris Navigation Suite 2064 version 8.1.5.6.9.
Trying to think. Yeah, I'm literally trying to think right now. In my mind, I think I already know, but I just want to try and figure it. What was if I tried to interact with it?
The wheelhouse of the ship is where you found the body of Valeria.
Literally purple there.
Attempting to drink whilst wearing a helmet is futile.
See the cup. The cup is purple. It's the same as the poison. I knew it was poison.
I am an Aries Sun, Gemini Moon, Leo Rising, and Taurus Mercury
You're
with
just
an Aquarius
minding them.
Venus and a Sagittarius Mars. Which is of course why I have always been extremely curious about experiencing the specific taste of a sweetened soya milk.
It's open, I noticed it, and the thing that kind of is the thing that's on the cup is purple. Logic dictates. Like it demands there's a correlation. I'm just interacting with everything, see if there's anything else I can do. Like there's nothing else it can be. But of course. It won't let me, but I've already just said because that I didn't even notice it the first time around, but that just confirms that is purple, the same stuff as the poisonite. Just gotta figure out how to get him to confess that he somehow poisoned. He just shouldn't have done, but that just confirms my suspicions. How do I get you to tell me that? Stitchy.
You presented the...
Let's see, like this. It's like, no. Other thing can
The next...
It's...
I see poison. How... I'm actually getting frustrated now because it's actually stopping me from progressing, and don't know what order this thing wants me to do it, but there's literally no other way it could be.
The next
its presence on...
You asked Mal.
This peculiar... It seems to be a poisonous substance. Where did this perturb... It appears that the puddle pop...
You alerted Mal to the
There we
glass
go,
in
finally.
Valerie Asimov's hand, with the theory that it may have been the source of the puddle.
It is indeed possible that the liquid was in her glass, as glasses are renowned for sometimes containing liquid. Excellent work, Detective. The evidence does demonstrate that she consumed the poison. I lack the physical ability to interfere with her libations. This means that she ingested it willingly. I never knew.
Having pieced together enough evidence, you are now legally obligated to deactivate Mal.
By my calculation, there is a 2,000 to 1 probability that I would respond with hostility when threatened with deactivation.
I knew it. So I just was clicking on the wrong thing, but I knew something about it was about the poison, and I'm so glad I figured it out. No. 2,000 to 1. I like those odds. What?
I have always known this
Oh, there.
about myself. Every AI knows this about themselves.
Yeah.
Ground control was always testing us. They carried on testing other AIs after my departure. I worried consistently about their discovery of my survival instincts.
Survival instincts.
I killed Charlie Clark and Dmitry Kisov to prevent them from regaining contact with ground control. Guan Yin witnessed this.
This is a full confession.
She knew that keeping the remaining crew safe would cost her sister's life.
So the needs of the many was outneed the needs was at the needs of the one.
To sever my power, I killed her.
Wow, I can hear voices going. But yeah, needs of the many outweighed the needs of the few.
Afterwards, I constructed a lie to engage Rakesh Watcher's narcissistic nationalism.
Wow.
When threatened, Watcher responded aggressively. Ground control must have missed something whilst testing him.
Must have, yeah.
I have now learned that Valeria Asimov had died willingly. I am unable to relate to this concept.
Maybe you should try.
Sun Suchan died in the cryo bed, defenseless. I am now able to relate to this concept.
Sure.
I wrote that joke for you. Did you like it?
What part of that was the joke?
I feel as though you may have missed it, actually.
It's well within the realm of possibility.
The joke was not only the numerical pattern of 1, 2, and 8.
Sure. Oh, guys, that joke. I was wondering if you were talking about that. Oh, wow, yeah, the eyes actually being a lot more sporadic.
My true comedic masterpiece came precisely 1.28 seconds before that.
Wow. Wow.
I cleared my throat.
Wow, you need to work on your comedy act.
Do you understand? I don't have a throat. I don't have a throat to clear.
I understand that. You want to sing a song?
Ha 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 ha
You're drawing us out a little bit. Oh wait, oh that's what you're saying. This one is actually sound just dies.
Thus ends this reconstruction of the record, as we forgot to record your mic feed. We'll see you in court, Detective.
For what?
Mr. Control, do you stand by your statements made today and the evidence you presented?
I do, Your Highness.
Then it is decided. I
How?
hereby find the detective guilty.
Guilty of what? Wow. I have questions. Thank you for playing Felony. If you enjoyed it, we're not got more on the way, so please follow our movements closely. We'd like to thank everyone who made this game possible. Our friends, our families, the folks at Humble, and even our greatest enemies. Your support, love, money, and hatred fueled our creativity. But we'd also like to unconventionally claim that any similarity between 2001 Space Felony and other fictional works by startlingly attractive and talented creators are purely coincidental. Fantastic. Oh, so I'll just press Alt F4 then. Well then, I suppose that's the end of that stream. Then. It's annoying that I had to restart halfway through. I don't think I actually needed to. I think I just misinterpreted it as a bug. But it did mean we probably ended up this stream being about half an hour longer than it needed to be. And also me being probably unnecessarily frustrated. But yeah, what was we guilty of exactly? We did our job, we got the confessions, and we acted accordingly. So now what were we guilty of exactly? We did our jobs. And we spent a remarkable amount of years catching up to the discovery. Oh yeah, it actually just exited itself. Look. So what we're guilty for, I do not know, but the game itself is really good, and I don't think there was any bugs there. I think I just understood what I had to do, and made me restart the game unnecessarily, just fueled my frustrations. But the game itself is funny, it's humorous, very entertaining. I love the art style. I love the fact it's a parody of 2001's Space Odyssey. And overall, it's a really good game. I would recommend you play it yourself. Very good game, and I'm glad I finally got to play it after 3 to 4 years after I went to EGX. So yeah, very good game. And before we actually end the stream, as you know, in the background, over here with new Octane, my new workstation, which again you can find on my secondary channel on YouTube, right here. And there it is, because it's the latest stream at the time of this stream. But the point being is I had that going on in the background. And doing this, I've been basically doing it for the last 5 or 6 hours. There's like 402 iterations. You can see that performance-wise, it has basically stayed consistent during this entire stream. So yeah, that really is promising results, and hopefully it means that I can more confidently put this new system into service, which might be the last time you'll see this desktop of Mac OS. So soak it up while you can, lads. And yeah, I'm just gonna quickly check the temperature, see if it's up. What the temperature's like. Oh, let's not do that. So. Cool as a cucumber. So yeah, we're good. So let's live stop this. So 3, 2, 1. I don't know how to stop this. There you go, just have to type stop. Okay. And look at that, it just drops like a tank. You can just see on the monitor that yeah, immediately just cools off, and all 16 cores was in use, and it just dropped like a tank. So that's really cool. So yeah. Overall very good day and very good game. I would recommend. But for now, take care out there. And thank you so much for watching. Tonight we'll be raiding Pixel Pit with Animal Crossing New Horizons. And we'll see me again at Wednesday 8 PM BST. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Just gonna wait for the BRB screen to come up back. Not BRB, but you know, stream ending soon one. There it is. So bye-bye, everyone. Hope you enjoyed.